All right, today we're diving into something truly mind-bending. It's a new AI model from Meta AI called ImageBind. And honestly, it's a massive step towards an AI that understands the world a lot more like we do. And to really get what makes it so special, we're going to start with a little magic trick. One that sounds like it should be totally impossible.
So let's jump right in with what feels like a real piece of AI magic.
Think about this for a second. Could you give an AI nothing but a sound file and have it generate a picture of what it just heard?
Well, you're looking at the answer. Yep, on the left we've got the sound of ocean waves. And on the right, that's the image that ImageBind created using only that sound. No text prompt, no other images, just the audio. So, how on earth is that even possible?
To understand the trick, we first have to talk about a huge communication problem that's been holding AI back for a long time.
You know, the researchers behind ImageBind put it perfectly. For us humans, our senses are all tangled together, right? You see a picture of a beach, and you can almost hear the waves and feel the sand. We experience the world with all our senses at once. The dream is to get AI to do the same thing.
But that's not how AI usually works. You'll have one AI model that's an expert on what dogs look like, and a totally separate one that's an expert on what a bark sounds like. They're in their own little bubbles, speaking different languages, with no clue that they're both dealing with the exact same furry thing. So the solution is to create a kind of universal translator, a central meeting place, what the pros call a shared embedding space, where the idea of a dog, whether you see it, hear it, or read the word, all get translated into the exact same format. It's like a universal language for AI concepts.
So, how do you actually build this universal language? Well, the secret, and this is where the name ImageBind comes from, is to use the incredible power of images to act as a bridge connecting everything else.
Now, to get this, you need to know about a really cool idea called emergent alignment. All that means is that the AI starts to learn connections that it was never, ever explicitly taught. It's about the AI connecting the dots all by itself.
And this right here is the secret recipe. It's brilliant. First, you teach the AI by showing it tons of pictures of waves paired with the sound of waves. It learns that link. Next, you show it tons of pictures of waves, but this time paired with the text ocean waves. It learns that link too. Now, here comes the magic. Because both the sound and the text are now strongly connected to the same images, the AI basically figures out, hey, that sound and that text must be related to each other. This connection emerges without the AI ever seeing a sound clip and a text description together. The image becomes the Rosetta Stone that translates between them.
And this binding technique goes way beyond just sound and words. Let's take a look at how this scales up and what kinds of incredible new abilities it unlocks.
ImageBind learns to connect six different types of information, our modalities, into one shared space. You've got the usual suspects: images, video, text, and audio. But then it gets really interesting. It also understands depth data for 3D space, thermal data showing heat, and even IMU data, which is all about motion, kind of like the sensors in your phone.
Okay, this all sounds really cool in theory, but what does it actually let an AI do? Why does having a universal language for AI matter in the real world?
Well, for starters, you can do math with ideas. It's wild, because everything is in the same language. You can take the digital representation for a picture of a dog and literally add it to the representation for the sound of a car engine. The result is a brand new combined concept. You could then use that to find, say, a picture of a dog riding in a car. It's incredibly powerful.
You can also give old AI models new tricks without any extra training. The researchers took a standard object detector, one that usually finds things in pictures using text prompts, and they just swapped in ImageBind's audio capabilities. Instantly, that model could find objects using sound. You could play at the sound of a dog barking, and it would draw a box around the dog in the image, just like that.
So the really crucial point here is that this is way more than just a cool demo. It's a fundamental change in how we can build AI that understands the world in a much more complete and honestly, a much more efficient way.
So let's just recap the big breakthroughs. You have a single model tying together 6 different kinds of data. It creates these amazing connections between things it was never trained on, like audio and text. And because of this, it achieves top-tier performance on new tasks, sometimes even beating out models that were custom-built for just that one thing.
And if you want proof, just look at this number.
On a standard audio test, ImageBind, remember, it never saw audio paired with text labels, scored a 66.9% accuracy. That's almost as good as specialist models that were spoon-fed that exact data for training. It just shows you how powerful this emergent learning really is.
And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating thought to end on. We've just seen an AI learn to connect sight and sound, all on its own. So what happens next? What new abilities are going to emerge when an AI can seamlessly link not just two, but all of its senses to build a truly complete and unified picture of the world around us?